红楼庙会安全提示：各游客请留下。欢迎您参观游览北京大公园红楼庙会。为使您更好的游览和欣赏门票会，请您配合协助我们做好以下事项：一，请您按顺序排队购票。
A traditional Chinese puppet show.
以免造成您
对不起，爷爷，我要帮你把地方。不对了，一会儿你又该打我的肚子了。
Alright, over here we have the traditional Beijing clay figurines. 你好，您可不可以给大家介绍一下您的这些艺术？
我这是从小时候就一直做这个面人，对这个事业就特别爱好。所以说我今年都70多了，一直钻研的到现在。可能我这个得过奖，这回忆这民间工艺大师。你看我的资料。
Alright, so this gentleman here is in his 70s and he is one of the heirs to this traditional folk art of clay figurines, and he is an award-winning clay figurine maker. And you can see his biography over here on this side. And all of the various different characters, a lot of them from traditional Chinese folklore. For example, over here, this is the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. And this is the piggy, Zhu Bajie. And also animals from the Chinese zodiac. Now this stall is very interesting because all of these lucky charms are crafted out of walnut. Oh, this is really interesting. This is the Tu Ye, which is the rabbit god, and he is the patron god of Beijing. Uh, 请问这个兔爷有什么讲究？
它寓意不一样，虎的吧最原始的镇宅辟邪、祛病保平安的，象的吉祥如意。 麒麟是麒麟送子，孩子学业有成。
All right, so you see all the little bunny gods are riding on different animals. So for the tiger, it means that this will make your house very safe. This one is a mythical creature called the Kirin, and that is to ensure that your children would get good grades in school. And the elephant brings auspiciousness. You see there's a lot of fish, and fish is really popular in Chinese New Year because when you say fish in Chinese, it's yu, which sounds the same as surplus, which means you're going to have like a lot of surplus income for the year. And we see another stall with clay figurines. And we can see that there's a combination between the East and the West. We see some Western cartoon figures as well, Japanese and American. There's the Minions over here. We've got some anime figures too. Hello Kitty. As well as traditional Chinese characters such as the Sun Wukong, Monkey King, and Huluwa, the Calabash brothers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xinhua Live. We are now at the Beijing Grandview Garden where an Imperial Procession has just started, so let's go chase them down first before I give you some more in-depth information about this event. The scene that you're seeing right now, it's based off of the classical Chinese novel Dream of the Red Chamber, and the Imperial Procession is a scene from that story where the Imperial Consort Yuan Chun is returning home. Now the garden has its roots in classical Chinese literature. For all you bookworms out there, maybe you are familiar with this Qing Dynasty novel, Dream of the Red Chamber, which is one of the 4 ancient Chinese classical masterpieces. And if so, you might have been impressed by the description of this luxuriant garden, known as Da Guanyuan in Chinese and the Grand View Garden in English. This is the garden in which Granny Liu from the countryside, a character in the story, hilariously became giddy with joy and staggers about drunkenly when touring about it the first time. And if you don't know that story, that's okay too, as today Xinhua Live will take you on a tour of this splendid garden. Now, again, we are witnessing the reenactment of the scene where the Imperial concubine Yuan Chun returns home from the Imperial Palace to visit her beloved family at the newly built Grand View Garden. In Imperial China, once women are married into the royal family, they rarely have the occasion to visit their families, needing special permission from the emperor to do so. So we can imagine the loneliness of the imperial concubines, for the emperor has dozens or even hundreds of consorts, and the ladies in the palace may not see their husband for up to months at a time, or if they're really unpopular, years. So Yuan Chun's visit home to reunite with her birth family is really an emotional, nostalgic, and heartwarming trip. However, as we can see later, because Yuan Chun's social status has changed from being simply a daughter of his household to the consort of the emperor, her parents and grandmother would have to cow down to her and pay their respects instead of the other way around. And now we're also seeing some artistic performances. The Imperial Procession is traveling underneath a tightrope biker. Wow, that is really amazing. And over to the right side are some drummers. So this temple fair at the Grand View Garden has all sorts of fun activities. Of course, the highlight right now is the returning of the consort Yuan Chun based off of the imperial novel Dream of the Red Chamber. This garden was also the filming set for the 1980s TV series of the same name. Now, using the description in the novel Dream of the Red Chamber as a guide, this garden was created in the 1980s here in the Chinese capital of Beijing. Initially, it was used as the filming location for the TV series starring Chen Xiaoxu and Ouyang Fenxiang. As you can see, it integrates man-made features and natural scenery into a harmonious whole. It has become an important tourist attraction in the city. The Grand View Garden Temple Fair is a famous cultural event to all Beijingers. Since 1996, it has been held annually in the first month of the Chinese Lunar New Year to celebrate the Chinese New Year. During the temple fair, visitors can watch the scene play adapted from the book Dream of the Red Chamber, as we are doing so right now. And there will also be a variety of intangible cultural heritage, including face masks, sugar figurines, shadow play, and paper cuts, which we will take a look at in just a minute. This garden has various classical buildings such as palaces, pavilions, cloisters, courtyards, water features, and rockeries, as well as a nunnery.